put on the brakes. What is a free security system, like no monthly costs at all? So in a previous video, I talked about free monitoring. Why is monitoring not free? What are those costs made up of? Why do you have them? But I want to go a little further into this detail, and I'm going to pick on a couple of companies. Actually, I won't pick on that many. There's these companies. I'm going to pick on Ring the most. I pick on Amazon the most because they do things to you as a consumer that you don't even know about. You're unaware of, because nobody has time to read all of the EULAs, the end user license agreements. When somebody sends you a new EULA for the system you're using, we'll pick on Ring. But you need to know what you are getting with a free security system when there's no monthly monitoring involved whatsoever. And I'm going to tell you why some of the charges that are there because it's going to keep you safe. We just finished our company did. We just finished a security symposium on Thursday last week, talking about that hacks on our systems are going to go up by 15,000% this year. People are looking for your information. They're wanting your passwords. They're wanting your emails. They're wanting your phone numbers. They're wanting inside your home. They're wanting to see you naked. Yes, they're wanting to see you naked inside of your house. They're wanting to see your kids inside the house. They're wanting to know your habits, what you do. They're wanting to know how to steal from you, both through technology and just through watching you at your house and your neighborhood. That's why we used to have neighborhood watches. I don't know if we still have neighborhood watches or not. I think I still see the signs up sometimes. But people, in general, don't really understand why it is important to have hardware that is secure. So most of these other systems that are free, no monthly services, they're not encrypted, meaning if it's sending you a message back and forth over the internet, they're probably not encrypting that signal, so that when you get it through the internet or through email, the whole world may or may not be able to see it. But that's not the biggest one. Here's the biggest one. The biggest one is actually the firmware that is on your system. Now, if you've noticed, Ring has done this. Now, Ring also has a EULA that came out maybe a year or two ago, end user license agreement, that required you to opt out of something that they were opening your Ring doorbell up to. Basically, they said, we're going to share your Wi-Fi with your neighbors. We're going to see how many of these Ring devices are out there. We're going to share it from house to house. You literally had to go in, turn it off, and opt out in order to not be sharing your Wi-Fi with your neighbors and other Ring devices that are out there. Most people don't realize that. But there's another piece of that too. Ring now also has a paid-for service, and they're not the only ones. I just think they're one of the bigger names, so I'm going to focus on them today. They have now a paid-for service as well. So there's a few things that you're paying for there. One is cloud storage. That video file that you may get emailed or texted whenever somebody rings your doorbell or walks in front of your doorbell, that file has to be saved somewhere. That file is data. Like the data storage goes somewhere, right? So the data storage costs money. There's another piece of this. Your iPhone, your Android, your Windows phone, your tablet, your computer, all of those things have updates. Sometimes it's weekly, sometimes it's monthly. It's a corporate environment. They may be managed, several times a year. But all those things, all those softwares, all the firmware that's out there, they all have updates that are required. What do you think happens if you have a Ring or a free system that will not, that requires an update? Those updates come at a cost. If you don't get the security patches and updates regularly, that 15,000% of hacks that's going up this year is going to affect you. You potentially could have somebody logging into your security system, logging in through your app, logging in with your username and your password that wasn't encrypted because you wanted a free security system, and they get to watch you fooling around in your house or whatever else that you're doing that you want to be private. Or they steal your information going back and forth over the internet. Be really smart when you're looking at things that are free. I mean, we used to have an adage growing up. I don't know if the new generation has the adage or not, but nothing is free. I mean, nothing really is free, right? Except death and taxes, and that's, taxes is kind of funny. Like, you're always going to have those things. But really pay attention to free services, because everything, again, like I said in the last video, everything may come at a much bigger cost than you realize. Be safe, be secure. Do me a favor, please. Like and subscribe. We got some good information coming out.